We were able to do in 2 weeks what somebody else previously took 2 years and didn't finish the project. I don't know how any business in today's world, and especially going into the future, can run a successful business without using analytics as a tool. In essence, the data people, they know where all the dead bodies are.
Hello, and welcome back to Klik TV. Here we talk to businesses and discuss the ways they leverage technology for business success. My name is Julia, and our guest today is our very own Bill Pritchard, Director of Analytics at Klik Solutions, and their new branch, Klik Analytics. Welcome, Bill. It's so nice to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
So why don't you tell us a little about your roles at Klik?
Well, my current role at Klik is Director of Analytics. As we get into it, you'll get a better idea of what we do.
Okay. So how did you get started in the field of analytics?
Well, my original role at Klik Solutions was a Director of Customer Success. And as any service company, we had issues on occasions. We had customers that may, have had issues that we could have prevented or we could have seen. And one of my roles was, if we had an upset customer, that I would talk to them and identify what the issue was and identify how we were going to correct the issue and then move forward. So I was able to basically help the clients understand what the problem was and help the company understand how to fix the problem so that internally we don't let this happen again. But one of the things that started to happen to me was that I would go to the customer the first time if they were upset about something, and then say, "I'm sorry, we won't do it again. This is how we're going to fix it." And then the second time it happens, I'm sorry, we'll fix it. And then the third time, I'm either incompetent or I'm a liar. And so at the end of that, I was, completely exasperated. How can I get a handle on what's going on? And it wasn't unique to our company. This is true with a lot of service companies. It's just the different things that can cause problems in your service. So I started looking at the numbers, and we had certain things that we could measure. How long did it take for a ticket to come in? What was our time to respond? How long did it take for the technician to reach out to the end user? That could be measured. How long did it take to close the ticket, and so on and so on. So with the service company, there's different things you could do to measure. What I found out was there were certain things that we were doing that were not producing the numbers that were going to keep happy clients. And as a result of that, we started Klik Analytics internally. And so we started looking at the numbers instead of guessing what the problems were. And we were able to turn our satisfaction surveys from the 80s into like 99, 100%.
Wow.
Month to month.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. So do you have a success story that you've encountered since starting Klik Analytics?
Well, yeah, it's interesting that you said that. We are now working with a client that heard what we were doing here at Klik, and then they're like, "Can you help us?" And so we started looking at what they were doing, and they were using spreadsheets, like stacks of.
Wow. Yeah, paper.
And they were using Excel, and they had a database, and they had database people, but they were going through this intensely manual process so that they could look at some of the data. So they asked us to come in, and we were able to do in 2 weeks what somebody else previously took 2 years and didn't finish the project.
Wow.
And so what we basically did is we were able to work with their database people and give them the visualizations that would show the geo tags for routing, or it would show them profit and loss. And each individual gauge is made specifically for the person who's going to interact with it.
Wow, that's great. That's very useful, I'm sure, for them and
right.
for you. What value or benefits do you see in analytics for businesses? I guess you kind of just touched on that, but if there's...
The value is staying in business.
Staying in business.
I don't know how any business in today's world, and especially going into the future, can run a successful business without using analytics as a tool.
Right. I mean, you were just saying that you were kind of letting this one customer down repeatedly because you didn't have those numbers to show for.
Yeah, exactly. So and you also have to create a data culture. So you can't just have data and force it down, people's throats, so to speak. You have to get buy-in. You have to have everyone have the buy-in and understand how the data is useful and how you can use the data. And then once you get the buy-in, usually it's better to start at the top and work through the organization. And once you get the buy-in and you get the culture, then people are starting to say, can we do this? Can we do that? Can we look at it this way? Can we look at it that way? Now instead of everybody's opinions, now you're basically making decisions on facts instead of assumptions.
Right. I know our coworker Ron was just telling me that he completely changed the way he works now because you showed him all of these different numbers and facts, and he's improved the way he works and engineers.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's very powerful. Yeah, in essence, the data people they know where all the dead bodies are. Maybe I shouldn't say that. But the truth of the matter is, it's really a required, I believe, a required position in every company. And the reason we're offering it as a service is because most people or most companies aren't going to invest in hiring somebody, and then they got to learn, and then they have to be able to manage the projects. And so we bring that in as a service because we've already gone through all the trial and error of figuring it out.
So then what do you see for the future of Klik Analytics?
I believe the future is very bright. And so I consider myself an analytics evangelist, and I definitely believe that it offers value. It's not just something trendy. It's not just something flashy. It will absolutely change the way that the business is run. And so we believe that we're going to help. We're going to help other people. We believe we're going to find a lot of other people that are going to find us who are in the same situation. Fortune 500 companies already have it down. Look at Amazon. Look at the analytics they do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So if someone were interested in analytics as a service, how would they get in touch?
Well, I would reach out to either Karn or Neil or Alexia and start the process, start the conversation. We'll get on the phone and we'll talk with you and see what your needs are and see what we can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Perfect.
Well, if that's all I have for you today, is there anything else you want to touch on before we wrap up?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. It was great having you here.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Arthur with Molnii. I am so excited to share with you our brand new exciting promo. $95 gets you one rack U in our Tier 3 Plus data centers. Our job is to make sure the power is always on, the internet is always connected, and your data is secure as it possibly can be. Contact your solutions advisor today and let's help you take that journey to cloud.